Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? That's what you're wondering. And that weather looks rather Sherlock Holmes. That's what you're thinking. Well, on the right hand side is the Paphos General Hospital. We've just come off the Limassol roundabout. We've just taken a bit of a left, and this is a little road that joins us just above the Anavargos roundabout. And we are then going to go and join that Anavargos roundabout, cut through Paphos town centre, and we're off to downtown Kissonerga. And the weather, well, if your name is Miss Dawn, you got a husband called Mr. Sean, a little cat called Miss Daisy, and a dog called Bobo. The actual temperature is 28 degrees, and we are just before lunch. But the problem is that there's a bit of a dust storm going on. That's the problem. So it's stealing, it's robbing us of a lovely bit of blueness up in that sky, and the sea, I think, has been affected as well, and that's got a bit of greyness in it as well. But you know, if you're walking along the downtown Paphos promenade or in the harbour area, I don't think that it affects you that much, and I think you're going to have a spectacular day indeed. So sit back and relax. We're cutting through central Paphos. This is the fountain roundabout that we're just navigating. Someone's got some water all over the road, which is going to make my nice clean black car get all dirty. It's an absolute disaster, isn't it? Black car is beautiful when it's clean, but doesn't look so good after it's been driving around for 5 to 10 minutes, especially when there's dust. And the threat of rain. Yes, you heard me correctly. Earlier on, remember, I rise quite early and I get out and about at about 6:30 in the morning-ish or thereabouts, and there was the odd shower or two on my first trip to Paya this morning. Yes, and we're in, well, the first week of June. A bit worrying, to be honest. If this weather continues like this, I keep telling people there won't be any tourists in Cyprus next year. Only joking. Dust storms unfortunately make it look that little bit glum, but as I've said, the temperature is not too bad at all. We're going to go straight over here. This is the intersection, the crossroads. If you go down to the left, you're going to go down towards the old town and what used to be referred to as Hell, although Hell has moved just down the road now. Or if you were to go right, you would start your ascent up the Massoy Avenue. That's the one with all the big shops, Sports Direct. It's got the, well, BMW dealer, Nissan dealer, Audi dealer. If you want to buy a Bentley or Ferrari, you've got Onyx and Pan Motors. So that's the place to go if you want to spend lots and lots and lots of money. As you can see, the traffic lights are on red. No one seems to worry about blocking traffic lights in downtown Paphos because most people don't really understand what traffic lights and roundabouts are. Now, if your name is Miss Andrea, when these lights go to green, we're going to boot it because we're actually in the wrong lane. We're in the inner lane, but the other lane is full of traffic, so we're going to be a bit naughty and we're going to give it a bit of a boot, and let's just see just how quick this old S-Class is, because the man next to me, he's getting ready to boot his as well. Here we go. There we are. Well, he needs to get himself a faster car, that's for sure, because he's been left in downtown Paphos. There we go. That's the fun over, and that's the MPG battered for the day. On that note of the price of benzene, it's about 140 a litre. So if you're curious to know how the channel is funded, there we go, that little mystery, why don't you click through to our about page where you will find a little icon, and it's called Buy Me a Coffee, and it takes you to the Buy Me a Coffee platform where you can choose to buy us a coffee or two as a thank you or as a tip, or if you want a special video made for you, why not buy us a few coffees and request that video, and that video will be coming for you very, very soon indeed. You can also choose to become a superstar member at only €10 a month, and you'll get special privileges and of course a special title especially for you, like Lady Sally, there we are, Dame Anne, Lady oh so sweet Caroline, Lord Nigel Big Guns. The list goes on and on and on, and we appreciate it and thank you from the bottom of our two hearts for every single contribution that you make to the channel. You can also go through on the super thanks button on YouTube itself, and a big shout out and a thank you to Mr. Ian Costa. Oh yeah, he's in downtown Paphos as we speak, and of course Miss Tina, his partner in crime, is with him, and you never know, we might get to bump into them on the downtown Paphos promenade or in the harbour area very, very soon and see if we can get them to do the chuchuchka, especially for you. Also, a big shout out to Callie and Mally. Again, thank you very much for your contribution to the channel. And your little doggy woggies, well, they are superstars amongst superstars, that's for sure. But if I was you, I'd look after that Honda interior, because those dogs' claws are going to scratch the living daylights out of that black leather. Where are we now? This is the little road that joins Paphos and Upper Chlorica to Tala. So if you go right, you'd go to Tala. We're going left, and then we're going to take a bit of a boogie to the right and go into sort of Chlorica, and then mosey on down towards the area of Kissonerga. Now, you may have noticed the camera is bouncing around for dear life, and that's because the road surface is absolutely Sherlock Holmes. So if your name is Lady so sweet Caroline, and your partner in crime is Lord Nigel Big Guns, pour him a tot or two and get your bottom on a memory foam pillow, because it doesn't get any better, I can promise you that. Now, we could go left here. Shall we? Yes, we will. We'll take a left here and we'll wiggle and waggle through the village and eventually get down to Uptown Chlorica. This is Ember, by the way. So Ember, Tala and Chlorica all meld into one, and it's a bit confusing around here. So if you want to learn your way around, well, you watch the little channel known as Marika and me, in particular Mr. Paul's Breakfast Club, and slowly but surely you will start to understand and familiarise yourself with the way in and around Paphos. Now, we're going to take a left here and keep our fingers crossed that it's not a one-way. No, it's not. There we go. Well, it doesn't really matter if it's a one-way, by the way. Not in Cyprus, anyway. So, we're going to take a right here. You see, I've got a semi-photographic memory, so I always know exactly where I am. I've carved up Paphos for the last 15 years, and it's very, very difficult for me to get lost unless that Gumbaru #1, the Mayor for Donna, starts doing this big diggering. And he's doing a lot of it at the moment, so now and again you can get lost in downtown Paphos. But this is going to bring us out on the main road just up from the Papa Antonio supermarket. And there will be a filling station, a petrol station, a benzene station on our right hand side, where we will be able to confirm the price of that benzene. It's around about €1.39, so that's about £1.30 a litre, and in American English that's around about $1.60, sorry. But of course your gallons and litres are not the same as ours, so it gets very confusing. It's not cheap anyway. So here we are, we're going to join the main road very, very shortly. What's coming out right in front of us? Let's have a look. I think there's a butcher's, or is it now a curry house, isn't it? I think it is. It's changed, isn't it? There used to be a butcher shop right there, but now it is a curry house. There we go. So if you want a bit of curry in a hurry, in fact, there you go. That's where you'd go. Let's pull out here, over the speed bump and down. Oops, the daisy. There we go. The filling station was just up a little bit, by the way. You want your car hand washed? That could be there on your left hand side, the perfect place for you. But I find them that little bit slow, so I hand wash it myself. It's that little bit faster, you know. It is indeed, and that little bit cheaper, because I do actually wash my car every single day. Abdullah in the workshop, he washes it once or twice a week for me, and he does an excellent job. And then I keep on top of it pretty much every morning. I give it a wipe down, and then mid-afternoon as well, because again, like I say, Cyprus is quite a dusty area, because you know we're just off the Middle East, aren't we? But of course that means we get, on the whole, quite warm weather, which is why you see people like that walking around in their shorts and their t-shirts, because the temperature today, as I've told you, is predicted to be 28 degrees, so it's not too bad. There we go. We are technically exiting Chlorica, and we're going to enter downtown Kissonerga very, very soon indeed. And we're going to start our descent then through mid to lower Kissonerga and join the main coast road, where you're going to get a very, very big goodbye from Mr. Paul. But don't forget to come back for another episode, because we will be going from Kissonerga all the way to downtown Paya. And we'll be getting lost in Paya, because we're going to hunt someone down. In the boots are the Pain Boys, and they've got the mallets, because we're on a debt collection exercise. Speed bump after speed bump, by the way. And it's knocking the living daylights out of the suspension on pretty much everyone's cars. Luckily for us, we've got a mechanic shop, so we're able to profit from it. I was reading in the paper yesterday, actually, the Cypriot economy is up by about 7.1%, so they say. But whether you can believe these governments, you never know, dear. But anyway, that's what they're saying. And they're saying that a lot of it is being driven by mechanics and car bodywork and car sales. So you never know. Maybe we might make a couple of bob this year. I don't think so, because we're not charging enough. Although the customers are complaining. But anyway, it's called the cost of living crisis, isn't it? And everything's going up, that is for sure. Want a bit of fruit? Pop in there on the right hand side. Want a can of Coke? Pop in there on the left hand side. And I'm pretty sure they don't sell Pepsi in there, because I've been in there a few times and I've never seen a can of that blue stuff in there. So there you go, Miss Andrea. There are many, many places that do not sell that stuff, shall we say. Drop it in the comments. Which is the most popular? Is it that blue stuff, Pepsi? Or is it the real thing, Coca-Cola, in the spectacular red can? You drop in the comments, which one do you like the most? Ian Costa? Well, he's a man after my heart. He likes a bit of the red stuff, and he's in downtown Paphos as we speak, and you never know, we might get him to dance the Chuchuchka very, very soon. Where are we? Downtown Kissonerga. Plenty of shops around, even charity shops. And coming up down here, if you want some flowers for that special, special person in your life, there it is. Blow her a kiss while you're giving her them flowers. There you go. Mr. Daniel, get some of them for that sweetness in your life. Miss Sherry Wright, because of course she's always right. Big shout out to Miss Sherry, and hopefully you're recovering fast. And we're looking forward to dancing the Chuchka down the Cato Paphos Promenade with you very, very soon, after we've had fish and chips in the T&J's fish and chip shop, which is probably the greatest fish and chip shop in the world. DIY, if you want a bit of paint or some screws and some washers, or perhaps a cement mixer, as we can see, or pop in there with your cat or your furry friend, the dog called Bobo, and well, get him doctored, shall we say. There we are. One or two dogs watching the channel, by the way. A dog called Blue, he likes to watch now and again. A little dog called Ollie Wally, and he likes to watch. Mr. Barney, now and again, fluffs his ears up when he hears Miss Otching Receivia LaBouffe go, hello everybody. And on top of all of that, there is that spectacular dog known as Mr. Bobo. Very, very clever dog indeed. And he likes to rob a credit card or two, especially for Marika and me, so that he can buy us a coffee or two now and again. Downtown Kissonerga, we got Julie's Bar coming up. Perhaps it's owned by a girl called Julie. You never know. It could be Miss Julie Nash, the partner in crime of Lord Richard, who happens to own a dog called Blue. He's got a great, great friend, and his name is Short Broad, who is possibly the greatest mechanic and car bodywork man in the world, although he's retired from that now and he's now become a drug pusher. So he could be a friend of Daniel Mahoney's, or a rival. There we are. We're in Kissonerga village. You've got the football-y playing area on our left hand side. When you're finished, you pop in here with the gumbaroos and get yourself a coffee or a sandwich, and then while you wait for your kids to finish school, which is here on the right hand side. And at around lunchtime, around here is absolute pandemonium, as it is outside most schools all over the world, isn't it? Because people park absolutely everywhere, and they want to get as close as they possibly can to the entrance to pick up their little darlings. And I must say, my mum and dad were exactly the same all those years ago, because I was a little darling that just didn't want to walk at all. And it hasn't changed much. I just drive around all the time, as you may have noticed. And the price of benzene doesn't really bother me, especially if your name is Jeremy and Simon Payne, my couple of mates, all the way out in Cardiff. And they'll be down here in November, and we'll either do car karaoke together or car psychology together, or they'll just wrap us up and chuck us in a cell somewhere and let Sergeant Stavish beat the living daylights out of us on a bad idea. Look at that for a view. There you go. That is Kissonerga Bay. A truly, truly spectacular view indeed. And to be honest, the dust cloud on this part of Paphos is not as bad as it is in downtown Paphos. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. And if you do like what you see, why not hit that like, click the subscribe, and perhaps come back for a little bit more of my complete and utter insanity. Thanks for watching. Bet you these traffic lights are going to turn to red just as I arrive. Yep, there you go. As predicted, I think Miss Andrea is in charge of these traffic lights. Thanks for watching.